Join us. Just kidding.
Oh, I went to the Ross today because I needed to get some professional pants for my interviews. And I found a water bottle, so I don't have to drink out the gallons no more.
Ooh, exciting. Exciting. New purchases. Yes.
I only spent $23.
Okay. Get it? All right. Well, I'm ready to jump in, guys. Jump into this Bible study. Um, we are reading the English Standard Version. We're in Exodus 26. And, we're just two spiritual ladies reading the Bible and just seeing what comes to our mind, seeing what
Yeah.
the Lord wants us to receive, what the universe wants us to receive.
Basically, she's saying that these Bible studies are not religious, but very spiritual.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm gonna stay down here.
But okay, I'll give a quick recap of Exodus 25, if I can remember.
25
Okay. Okay.
I think it's, hold on, before you start reading, let me
24
double
and
check.
25.
I think it's 24 and 25, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a quick recap. So in chapter 24, the Lord pretty much spoke to Moses, told him to bring his people up, just the select few, not everybody. And um, oh, pretty much the Lord had told Moses, to tell the people, certain things. And then it was like a kind of like a chant where how everybody kind of said the same thing at the same time in the same tone. Where pretty much they were all just like, all the words that the Lord spoke, we will do.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah. Oh, this one ended with, yeah. And so as the people are doing that, Lord tells Moses to come back, and pretty much he's telling him like, wait a couple days so I can make the tablets, the
covenant tablets.
out of
Yep.
stone. That's what I was trying to say. The stone tablets. He made a couple of stone tablets, and he waited a couple days, and then after a couple days, Moses went up to the top of the mountain into the clouds, and he pretty much disappeared there for 40 days and 40 nights in the clouds. And then so and 25, just doing a quick recap. So 25 recap, when Moses comes down, he's telling the people pretty much what the Lord told him. And so the Lord tells him and the people that they want them to build like an ark. And they want this ark to be made out of, how do you say it? Acacia?
Acacia.
Acacia wood. Yeah, acacia wood. And they want this ark to be covered in gold. So
Yeah.
all the detailing, all the trimming, pretty much everything, even down to, how they're going to pick the boat up and carry it. The little bars they're going to use to pick the boat up and carry it, it's going to be made out of gold. Yep. Not only that, like I said, all the detailing. So everything that's going in the boat, like a big table that they're going to have their meals, like a dining table. Big dining table is going to be made out of acacia wood and covered in gold. And the lamps that they're going to create for light is also made out of pure gold. The plates and cups and everything's made out of pure gold. And the Lord also told them that it says, this is the contributions that you should receive from them. So the people should be using gold, silver, bronze, blue and purple and scarlet yarn, fine twined linen from goat's hair, tanned ram skin, goat skin, acacia wood, oils for the lamps, spices for the anointing oils and for fragrant incense, onyx stones, and stones for setting, for the ephod and for the breastpiece. And so I should have looked up this word ephod actually, but
Yeah.
I did think it was interesting how they brought up onyx stones, which I forgot to show you guys yesterday. I'm gonna grab it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, oops, sorry, I
Girl,
apologize.
I don't even know how much.
I don't,
Whew.
I don't
You
think you
might
saw
need to go
nothing.
rewatch that later on. I didn't even know how much that is.
Basically, this
Okay.
is this is a black onyx stone, and it's a little heart crystal,
Mm-hmm.
and so this is black onyx. So I just thought it was interesting because they talk about and use crystals in the Bible, you know. So
Yeah.
for decorations, for offerings, for whatever,
Mm-hmm.
for parts of their armor. I want to figure out what this ephod word means real quick.
Mm-hmm. Shoot.
A sleeveless garment worn by Jewish priests.
Oh.
So even in their clothing, they use crystals. So I just thought that was interesting.
Hmm. That is really interesting.
hmm And yep. So that was just a quick recap of
Mm-hmm.
24 and 25. So now we're in 26.
Yes, we are.
I'll start us off with a prayer. So,
Okay.
Divine Father and Mother, thank you for holding this space for us today. Thank you for inviting all of us in to learn and grow in your word. Lord, I just pray that whatever messages that you have for us to receive today, that you allow us the capacity to be able to receive it fully. You know, to receive all of your word and all of your blessing for what you truly intended it to be. Lord, and I just want to take a moment and pray over us all today, and pray blessings over us all, Lord. And well, first, I want to take a moment to really acknowledge the blessings that we've already encountered throughout our day, throughout our week, and know that as we are ending the year 2023 and entering into the year 2024, it seems like time might be moving a little fast. It seems like maybe things haven't panned out the way we had planned for this year. But I just pray that you allow us all to be able to see the blessings beyond the the tumultuous sounds and the traumas and the pains, Lord, and the hardships that we may have been dealing with. Um, and I pray moving forward, Lord, that you open our eyes and really open our hearts to be able to receive all of the blessings and abundance that you have for us, whether the blessings and abundance comes as true blessings or lessons, that we may be able to receive them so we can grow towards our authentic self, towards your words, towards the path that you have laid out for us in our walk of life, um, Lord, and Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right.
I'm
All right.
sorry, just I just if you hear my dog, he's freaking out right now. He's got
Oh,
a
no.
toy, but I keep seeing these little TikToks where they're like, Babiana,
Oh, like a
Babiana,
bobby head?
huh?
Like a bobblehead?
Like they got like a little bob going, and they're like,
Oh.
Babiana,
Oh my gosh. It's
like
always
this
a
week.
trend. I ain't
For
seen it. Give me a couple days.
real. It's all
All
over
right.
it's all over Instagram.
That's funny. All right. All right, I'll start us off with this.
The
Um
tabernacle.
yes. Um Moreover, you shall make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine twined linen and blue and purple and scarlet yarns.
Can I look up this word real quick?
Yeah. They repeated this because that show was like, hold on, did we read this?
Yeah. A fixed or movable habitation, typically of light construction. What? A
Say that
meeting
again.
place for worship used by some Protestants. What?
You talking about tabernacle?
Yeah.
All right, let me see.
Some kind of like a, let me see, some kind of like a tent or meet, like a place of worship, like
Oh,
a temporary place of worship. No,
oh, like when the church do those outdoor tents and they have a worship inside of the tent and they be outside. Like if they don't have
it
a
can
church.
be, it looks like it can be fixed or movable, but it's basically like, yeah, like a
Oh,
space, like a worship space.
yeah, that's cool. You know, you can make something out of nothing right there. Start your
Yeah.
place of worship.
Yeah.
Um, you shall make them with cherubim skillfully worked into them. The length of each curtain shall be 28 cubits, and the breadth of each curtain 4 cubits. All the curtains shall be the same size. 5 curtains shall be coupled to one another, and the other 5 curtains shall be coupled to one another. And you shall make loops of blue on the edge of the outermost curtain in the first set. Likewise, you shall make loops on the edge of the outermost curtain in the second set. 50 loops you shall make on one curtain, and 50 loops you shall make on the edge of the curtain. This is the second set. The loops shall be opposite one another, and you shall make 50 clasps of gold, and couple the curtains one to the other with the clasp so that the tabernacle may be a single whole. I find it funny how they're just literally doing this description because it makes me feel like as if they want us to create one of these, like so we know how
Yeah.
to. It's very interesting.
Like they're given the measurements and everything.
Yeah, literally in a really just detail where you literally can't miss it.
Look at this.
Yeah.
You're acting crazy. Why you want to play with this toy when I'm going on camera? I don't know. You want to play with that toy all day.
That's funny. Okay.
I was gonna say too though. Chapter 26. Oops. Stop.
That voice was scary.
Oh, I was gonna say too though, real quick. Um, I think it's interesting. You know, I didn't think about this yesterday, but now thinking about it, I think it's interesting how the color choices that
Yeah.
they pick, blue, purple, and scarlet,
Mm-hmm.
which I kind of thinking of like the chakras. The blue chakras kind of represents your throat. The purple represents your third eye. The scarlet represents the root
Ooh.
chakra.
Hmm. That is interesting. I'm glad you mentioned that. Um, okay. You shall also make curtains of goat's hair for a tent over the tabernacle. 11 curtains shall you make. The length of each curtain shall be 30 cubits. The 11 curtains shall be the same size. You shall couple 5 curtains by themselves and 6 curtains by themselves.
Wait,
And
I think you skipped something, girl.
you shall
I got lost.
The 11 curtains shall be the same size. I don't think so. They just repeated 2 words.
The length of each curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the breadth of each curtain 4 cubits. The 11th curtain shall be the same size. Okay, here it is. Now, you skipped like a line.
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay. The 11 curtains shall be the same size. You shall couple 5 curtains by themselves and 6 curtains by themselves, and the 6th curtain you shall double over at the front of the tent. You shall make 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that is outermost in one set, and 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that is outermost on the second set. Um, you shall make 50 clasps of bronze and put the clasp on the hoop. Oh, that's actually interesting right there. I forgot what is bronze, like the metal. I don't know. Is that copper? I don't really remember. I forgot.
It's like a brownish. It's not copper, but it's like a brownish metal.
It's just
copper
because
is a little lighter than bronze.
Yeah. I find it interesting though because they're saying they're like little clasps. Like when I think of a clasp, I think of like a hair clip. So it's a clasp and they're gonna go on the rings. They're attaching on the rings.
Put the clasp into the loops.
Yeah, you shall make 50 clasps of bronze and put the clasp into the loops. The couple and couple.
Oh, I guess I don't know because I thought it was talking about like the holes in the curtains, and then the clasp is the little thing that you put in the hole, and then it connects the curtain to the rod.
Yeah.
That's what
I thought. Yeah, now I just reread it, and that's like it's connecting the 2 fabrics together and holding things in place. Yeah. In the part that remains of the curtain of the tent, and the half curtain that remains shall hang over the back of the tabernacle, and the extra that remains in the length of the curtain, the cubic on one side and the cubic on the other side, shall hang over the sides of the tabernacle, on this side and that side to cover it. And you shall make for the tent a covering of tanned ram skin and a covering of goat skin on top. Interesting. So they basically have a roof made out of animal hide, basically.
That's why I was like, that sounds kind of stanky. Unless they like, I don't know how they dehydrated skin back then, but that's the only way I could think.
Oh no, it is dehydrated. It's not supposed to be stinky. Like you burn it, it stays like aired for a while. So they would have to have this stuff prepped for a while. And I only say that it don't stink because I've been around a bunch of hide items and stuff, and it never really like smelled stinky.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the only way I could think that it doesn't stink if it was like dried.
Yeah.
So if that was moist skin, that don't sound right.
You shall make upright frames for the tabernacle of acacia wood. 10 cubits shall be the length of a frame, and a cubit and a half the breadth of each frame. There shall be 2 tenons in each frame for fitting together. So shall you do for all the frames of the tabernacle. Okay.
So it sounds like this little tent or building, whatever they're built, like a little tent. Like it's pretty decently big.
Yeah.
Can fit a few people in there.
I think. Hold on. How big is it again?
Well, the poles, the poles of acacia, what are they like? 10 cubits. And I think we talked about one cubit was like, I think we said it was 18 feet.
Yeah. Yeah. 18 inches.
Inches.
So I think it could fit at least 12 people in this tent.
Yeah.
I guess. I just kind of did the math with this bed and the length of it, and I was like, get a
Yeah.
couple of chairs in
Could
there
fit
or
a few
people sit.
people in there.
Yeah, but you can lead us off. 18.
Okay. You shall make the frame of the tabernacle 20 frames for the south side, and 40 base of silver. You shall make under the 20 frames 2 bases under one frame for its 2 tenons, and 2 bases under the next frame for its 2 tenons. And for the second side of the tabernacle, on the north side, 20 frames, and there are 40 bases of silver. 2 bases under the frame and 2 bases under the next frame. Um, for the rear of the tabernacle westward, you shall make 6 frames, and you shall make 2 frames for corners of the tabernacle in the rear. They shall be. This kind of sounds like a pyramid, doesn't it? Like it
Yeah.
sounds like it's a tent, like it's gonna be a triangle, but there's
Hmm.
4 sides to it.
Yeah. Um. Oh, like that. I was thinking, like in my head, when I ever think about those tents that people are crafting, like it has some type of little like cone, like, but then it's like a little circle. So that's what I was thinking. Um,
That's what I
but
was thinking at first too, but I guess because of the way that it's saying it, it
yeah,
sounds like each side is distinct
yeah.
instead of just being round.
Hmm.
I forgot where I was.
Around 22.
25,
Oh,
22.
25.
I'm gonna start at 24. They shall
Okay.
separate. Wait, maybe I was at 22. I'll start at 22. And for the rear of the tabernacle westward, you shall make 6 frames, and you shall make 2 frames for corners of the tabernacle in the rear. Um, they shall be separate beneath, but joined at the top at the first ring. Thus shall it be with both of them. They shall form the 2 corners, and there shall be 8 frames with their bases of silver, 16 bases, 2 bases under one frame, and 2 bases under another frame.
So real quick, this got me thinking too. Another reason this could be in the Bible is because like maybe this structure is a hardcore like structure. Like it's very sturdy and it's like, also made to last, like we said last time
Yeah,
about the ark and the wood they chose. So
yeah,
like maybe the way this tent is structured, like it's really could be like indestructible type deal. Like
yeah.
very solid. But yeah.
I can see that. Um, but now I'm confused at the structure. Honestly, like I'm not Bob the Builder, so like we're doing measurements and stuff, and I need to see the picture.
Yeah.
Like
You
I thought
probably
it
could.
was a I thought it was a pyramid, but they're talking about 8 frames, and then their bases. There's 2 bases on each frame, and I'm like, what? I
Just
don't
have
know.
to picture a little image.
I just don't know. Anyways, um, You shall make bars of acacia wood, 5 for the frames of the one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the frame of the other side of the tabernacle. Uh, tabernacle, um, and 5 bars for the frame of the other side of the tabernacle at the rear west. The middle bar, halfway up of the frames, shall run from end to end. You shall overlay the frames with gold, and shall make their rings of gold for holders for the bars, and you shall overlay the bars with gold. Then you shall erect the tabernacle according to the plan for it that wait according to the plan for it that you were shown on the mountain. Okay. Oh, so they have to put it together and then stand it up. That's what I got out of that.
Mm.
And
And it
then,
sounded like they said that like it was shown on the mountain of how to make this tent. Like the
yeah,
Lord gave them an image.
hmm yeah.
That's interesting because they showed and tell us that until right now.
Well, but they did say something about the image of the ark too. So
Hmm.
remember we were talking about like with Moses, the Lord has been showing him specific images since
Yeah.
the burning bush.
Oh, okay.
hmm And you shall make a veil of blue and purple and scarlet yarns and fine twined linen. It shall be made with cherubim skillfully worked into it, and you shall hang it on 4 pillars of acacia overlaid with gold, with hooks of gold on 4 bases of silver. And you shall hang the veil from the clasp, and bring the ark of the testimony in there within the veil. And the veil shall separate from you the holy place from the most holy.
Oh, this is giving me like I know it's not what that is, but like a confessions room. Like
Mm.
it's a divider, but
Oh.
I get what they mean though. Like you go in there. I don't even know actually. Like the way they've been talking about, the Lord be wanting to be in some places and not want to be overheard. So it's like a little private area, and then people probably can get called occasionally, like they did on that mountain.
Mm. So it's a place that the people can come and see the Lord without seeing the Lord.
I mean, I really wonder what their purpose is, but if I had to guess, I feel like maybe it's needed. Maybe it's for the people who are like Moses, like people like Moses that are in a higher position, and that the Lord wants to give them a message, and they need a private area,
Mm.
but they still want the people to be near. But what you think about it?
Honestly, I'm confused. I ain't gonna lie. I'm completely confused. I
Well,
don't
all
know.
he said, oh, you don't know what to think about that.
Mm-mm.
That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, it's to divide. He said it right there. It's to divide one holy place into an extra holy place. So maybe more of the got more of the
No, that's
like.
not what it says. That's not what it says, Mariah. It says, "And the veil shall separate for you the holy place from the most holy."
Yeah,
So that, to me, it kind of sound like what you said,
yeah.
where it's like a confession saying whatever you call it.
Mhm.
So it's like a lot of people can come into this one holy place, but they can't see the Lord. So it's like a
Yeah.
separation between you can come in and be in this holy ground, but you
Mhm.
can't but you can't see this piece right here. Like there's separation for most people.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the only thing we don't know is who can go to that most holy place, honestly. That's where we don't know.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. But, you know, it makes kind of sense though, and in my opinion, like I was saying, like I feel like, what if the altar stuff maybe over there, like more of the spiritual items on that table, too, that makes it more holy. Like there could be those items that could be laid in there
Mm.
as a sacred space. And maybe a lot of people aren't supposed to be in there at one time. So, like we said with the confession thing, so maybe just a little bit of people.
Yeah.
That's the purpose.
Huh.
But just thoughts.
Okay. So, verse 34. You shall put the mercy seat on the ark of the testimony in the most high place.
Oh, wow.
And you shall set the table outside the veil, and the lampstand on the south side of the tabernacle, posted opposite of the table. And you shall put the table on the north side. You shall make a screen for the entrance of the tent of blue and purple and scarlet yarn and fine twined linen, embroidered with needlework. And you shall make the screen 5 pillars of acacia and overlay them with gold. Their hooks shall be of gold, and you shall cast 5 bases of bronze for them.
That's really interesting. What is that terminology called in like the Chinese or like Asian hemisphere about what's the word? Feng shui? How do you say it?
Oh, feng shui.
Feng shui. And like the way things are placed in a space matters for energy purposes.
Yeah.
And that's literally what came to my mind when they started saying like the north, you're gonna have that holy chair behind the veil. The table is gonna be outside on the south, and then on the west or whatever you have the lamp. Like, girl, it's a whole plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that was interesting too, just for this. Like, it's very specific
Yes.
how to set everything up. Not even
Mm,
just like, it's been very specific on how to create, how to design, and how to
yes.
like present it.
Yes.
So I just think it's really
Maybe too, like, this last thought that comes to my head too is maybe all these items and colors and the way that it's made, maybe it prevents any evil coming in, if we put a name towards it, like any darkness or evil from coming in because of the way everything's set up. Like anything that is like has a bad intention, it's just like can't come in there. I don't know.
are instantly blocked.
Yeah.
That would make a lot of sense. Yeah, I can see that.
That is interesting though.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's even like embroidery work on some of the linen, which is interesting.
Specifically on the linen that's going to be in the entryway. That's what I was just thinking of.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. It could be a whole symbol on that embroidery.
I wonder what the embroidery symbol was, honestly. Like, they didn't say what the symbol was.
Yeah.
It's embroidered with needlework.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. I think we should go ahead and just read the next chapter, Mariah.
Girl.
We only did 34 minutes.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with 34 minutes. But
It's a
come on,
short
let's
chapter.
read it. Come on, read it.
Alright. The bronze altar. Um, you shall make the altar of acacia wood, 5 cubits long and 5 cubits broad. The altar shall be square, and its height shall be 3 cubits. And you shall make horns for it on its 4 corners. Its horn shall be of one piece with it, and you shall overlay it with bronze. You shall make pots for it to receive its ashes, and shovels and basins and forks and fire pans. You shall make it in wait. You shall make all its utensils of bronze. You shall make for it a grating, a network of bronze, and on the net you shall make 4 bronze rings in its 4 corners. And you shall set it under the ledge of the altar, so that the next extends halfway down the altar. And you shall make poles for the altar, poles for the acacia wood, and overlay them with bronze. And um, the poles should be put through the rings, that the so that the poles are on the 2 sides of the altar when it is carried. You shall make it hollow with boards, and it has been shown you on the mountain, so shall it be made. The court of the tabernacle. You shall make the court of the tabernacle on the south side of the court. No, on the south side of the court you shall have hanging of fine twined linen, 100 cubits long, for one side is 20 pillars, and their 20 bases shall be bronze. But the hooks of the pillars and their fillets shall be silver. And likewise for the length of the and likewise for the length of the north side, there should be hanging 100 cubits long. Its pillars 20, and their base is 20 of bronze. But the hooks of the pillars and their fillets shall be of silver. And for the breadth of the court on the west side, there shall be hanging for 20 cubits, with 10 pillars and 10 bases. The breadth of the court on the front to the east shall be 50 cubits. The hanging the hanging for the one side of the gate shall be 15 cubits, with their 3 pillars and 3 bases. Another side, the hanging shall be 15 cubits, with their 3 pillars and 3 bases. For the gate of the court there shall be a screen 20 cubits long, of blue and purple and scarlet yarn, and fine twined linen, embroidered with needlework. It shall have 4 pillars, and with them 4 bases. All the pillars around the court shall be filleted. The fuck? Filleted with silver. Their hooks shall be of silver, and their bases of bronze. The length of the court shall be 100 cubits, and the breadth 50, and height 5 cubits, with hanging of fine twined linen and bases of bronze. All the utensils of the tabernacle for every use, and all its pegs and all the pegs of the court shall be bronze.
So are they building a whole nother tent, or is this inside of the tent?
I think it goes inside of the tent and also inside of the boat. Like the court. Oh no, this goes inside of the tent.
Yeah, because that seems like a lot for a small tent. It seems like they're doing a lot more. But that's all I was just trying to confirm.
Well, it sounds like they're like decorating the inside of it now. So I wonder, instead of having the linen just kind of hang straight down, if they're like having it lean sideways against the tent. You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
cover the inside so it looks like wallpaper or whatever.
Oh, okay, like a nice design
Hmm.
to make it look more. It'll probably make it look more like a sanctuary, like a just elegant area to worship.
Yeah. But I don't
Okay.
understand with like the court part because when I think of a court, I'm thinking of the floor.
Mhm.
I'm thinking of the floor, but it sounds like they're explaining something that's hanging. So I don't get it. I'm really confused, honestly. Let me
Girl,
see.
can you hear that phone conversation out there?
I can hear him talking, but I don't know what he's saying. But oil for the lamp. You should command the people of Israel that they bring to you pure beaten olive oil for the light, that a lamp may be regularly um, that a lamp may regularly be set up to burn in the tent to meet in the tent of meeting outside the veil. That is before the testimony. Aaron and his sons shall tend it from evening to morning before the Lord. Shall be a statute forever to be observed throughout their generations by the people of Israel. So wait, this lamp isn't going inside of the thing, is it? Because it sounds like a fire hazard.
Hold on, where is this lamp going? Because it's gonna be burned every single day.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, they're gonna need olive oil for the light
Yeah, that's how they're gonna
in the
burn.
tent
That's
of
what they're gonna
meeting.
burn.
Oh, it doesn't even say actually. It really don't say specifically, to be honest. But I'm gonna assume that it's inside the tent because no, it's inside the tent because when he was explaining where everything goes, he said
It said
that.
the lamps go inside the tent, or at least one of them, right?
Oh, yeah, at least one of them because there are like 7 of them.
Hmm. I'm like, the way he explained the lamp too sound like, well, maybe okay. Now I'm thinking maybe the most holy place is like a small section, right? And so the rest of it's the pretty whatever the length of the rest of it is. But it
Yeah.
still sounds like, I don't know how much 18 inches is, but it still sounds like potentially that could be a fire hazard for the simple
Well,
fact
yeah,
that it's linen.
of course it is a fire hazard, but um, I don't know. Maybe the structure of it. I would assume the Lord's not gonna, try to create something where it's literally gonna start a fire. Like maybe the lamp somehow doesn't give off too big of a flame or something like that, or maybe they don't have it on all like for a long time. But
I
who
don't
knows?
know. It says Aaron and his sons shall tend to it from evening to morning before the Lord. So
Oh, well,
like
that.
it's gonna be burning overnight.
Mhm. And it's gonna be watched during that
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
They got somebody on standby. Yeah.
What they call those, a flamethrower.
Yeah. But it was some good stuff.
I
Good,
don't
good, good.
know. Honestly, this whole little thing, I'm not an architect, so I'm confused. I'm confused.
I think maybe the concepts more so. Um, not so much the detail, but like, the embroidery in the material and the fabric was important,
Yeah.
The gold rings around the tent was of importance, and the bronze, the metals that they used,
Yeah.
um, and just the structure of it. I think it's important in the future, just thinking about it. Just because, you would assume it's a place for worship, it's a sanctuary, so it needs to be sturdy, and it's made to not fall and cave in. So, um, and
Yeah.
and um and I guess the important of it too was to make sure that around it was secure with the fabric. So there was mentioning a lot of fabric going around, the other half of the fabric, and it sounded like two layers of fabric, like heavy duty fabric. And then on top of it, it has animal hide skin to prevent, water from going in. And I'm gonna assume it does good in snow as well. You know what I'm saying? That's why snow dogs, like those type of animals that they kill, can be out in all seasons. They're made for adaptability for that weather. So it makes sense that it's on top of the um tent. And I think Indian people did that as well. They put those on their tents, they wore them, and they were able to survive out in in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I have nothing else to add.
Me neither, girl. Um, well, my prayers out. Lord, I'm just thankful for the messages that you've given us. I know it was a lot of description here, but I think, more so, there were important parts to just think about and highlight, and keep in perspective. Um, you know, um, I think, one of the main messages that I received was to if you're gonna make a place that's, to worship and to make a sanctuary for you, Lord, is to do it with structure, do it with intention, and um just create it in a way that, it'll last. Um it'll last. So Lord, I just ask you to put a hand over your people, Lord. Guide us, protect us, give us the strength to persevere, give us the guidance that we need. Be with us, Lord. Be with us, especially in the moments of darkness, in the moments when negative thoughts cloud our minds and try to misguide us, Lord. Pick us up, help us get up, and help us persevere so we can carry on, Lord. Continue to install faith and hope into us, Lord. Continue to want us to see, what tomorrow brings and be excited for the day, Lord. Remind us of gratitude. Remind us to be grateful for everything that we have, Lord. Um, and in Jesus' name,
Mm.
Amen.
I missed that one.
I know we're gonna work on that,
Yeah.
but okay.
Right. Well,
Well, definitely interested to see what happens next time.
I
But
just did a little fast forward. I think we got some more explaining to do.
that's so funny. Woo! Well, to
Okay.
be continued.
Right.
All right. See you guys. Bye.